Hello, everyone. Today is February 25th, 2023. It's 1:44 p.m. Saturday, and I wanted to review the markets and see what we are expecting to happen next week, or what would be my bias basically for next week. Before I start, let me remind you to subscribe to this channel, and also if you would do me a big favor if you like this video, if you press the like if you really like this video. Also check the description down below for this video, and you will see that there are some links there, one for my Discord channel, and then also a link to Apex. I use Apex for day trading. So you can see also the videos in my channel where I describe my strategy and what I do there. Okay, so let's get started. Today I'm going to review four things. I want to start with this list of indices. This one here is SPX, so we're going to review SPX. Also, same thing as ES, but you can see the gaps in the intraday or the daily chart in SPY. So I would prefer. I always monitor both of them. Also, we will see dollar, how dollar has been behaving. It's been moving up a little bit bullish, so that is not good for the market. And then we're going to see all the features. The futures here, this is what I day trade. So ES, GC, NQ, and CL basically. And I added some of my subscriber has asked me to include bonds, which are these two down there. So I look at them also a little bit. Also, we are going to review this FANG T, what I call the FANG T, which are the Meta or Facebook, Nvidia, Apple, Google, Netflix, Microsoft, Amazon, and Tesla. So all of them have closed, in red, and market is not doing good. It's a little bit bearish now. Still on the overall trend, it's up, but it's been retracing. So monitoring very carefully what it's happening with this symbols right here. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna move this one out of the way, and I'm gonna start clicking on those as we start discussing. Okay, so there are a couple of indicators I use in my charts, and I'm going to explain them here. So this one is the MACD. So this one is the momentum indicator, right? So basically when the momentum is below the zero line, then I tend to be bearish, or we are bearish. Basically the market is correcting. Same thing with the stochastics, and then when the market forecast, which is another one I see here, is moving to the downside or crossing this 80 line level right here, moving to the downside, then I'm defensive, or I see that the market is correcting. Now when it goes, I'm going to change the color here. When it goes to the upside right here, and it crosses to the upside right there and move in this direction, then I'm more bullish. And so you see the action, the price action that is happening here. So in this area where you have momentum, stochastics and market forecast going down, then we would expect that the market, move down. In this case, it does. And then when everything starts to move to the upside right here, you can see that from this point on, market started to move move up. So this one, it's probabilistically sound. So that's why I see these indicators. Okay, so let's go to SPY, and I'm gonna check SPY on the weekly chart, which is this one I have in this upper left corner right here. So what I'm gonna do is to maximize the sell, and you see that I draw here a Fibonacci retracement indicator. I'm gonna delete it, so you can see that how do I think about this thing. So basically, from March 2020, we did have an up move that was really nice, all the way to $480. So to 479.98 actually. But so what I do is to take this low here. I go to the fib retracement, which is this tool right here, and then I paint it all the way there, right? So what I'm looking for now are retracements to the downside, or to the downside, yes, basically. So from this high point here to this point here, I want to see when where the market is likely to reverse and complete this retracement. And this is a weekly chart. I do this one with weekly, dailies, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. So all of them are kind of behaving similarly. So the probability that this one was bouncing off of one of these levels these levels act as a resistance, as a support level when we are bullish in the market. So that's what I'm saying, what I said at the beginning, that overall the market is still trending up, even though during this year has been moving to the downside in a correction, right? So it's been moving this direction, but overall the trend is still up. We do have a low here, then we have a high, and then we have a higher low right here. In the shorter term, we see that we are correcting here, seeing lower highs and lower lows. But here we see in this area that we have a lower high, but this one is a higher low right there. So from here to there, now we are kind of correcting. Now in this area found some resistance, and we are looking at what could happen. It could likely come back down and or move up, but we need to see what is going to know. Now what I see here, so we touch the 50% retracement, which is a very solid a solid support level. And this one here coincides with I'm sorry. So this one, it's about that level as well, and then this level right there. So see, I do have some tops right there, but I do have some top in here also, which acts as a resistance. This one is a congestion area right there. Okay, so the market here is moving sideways, basically, retracing a little bit on the weekly, on this week, coming back down and threading this area here. The other thing that you can see is that this peak there is higher than this peak right here, right? So that and at the same time, that top right here is lower than that top right there, which is a divergence. So if we paint this one like that, we see that that one is moving up, and this one here is moving down as we painted that right there. So that means that the market is divergent, and this one is a bearish divergence. Okay, so we this indicator could tell us that the market could face some downward movement. Okay, so so that is the weekly chart. Again, I'm neutral. I don't know where the market is going. I would say I mean if you ask me to decide one side, I would say that this one has a good probability of moving down and come back to that level, but to this level here on the 50, and maybe go all the way to the 61.8 level right there, just because the latest trend is moving down and sideways, and it seems that it's touching this downtrend right here. I do have another one that I'm gonna correct a little bit, activate that one, and I'm gonna connect it to that low right there, which is I normally when I connect dots, there are different methods to do this. What I do is to connect the lows, right? So this one here right there connects to that one, and then my projection goes to that resistance. And in this case, try to go down and then react it off of that support right there. And I said resistance, but it's actually support in this area. So anyways, it's bouncing off of that support there. We'll see if this divergence that I mentioned before is going to prevail over this support right there. Also, there is a support in the back side of this trend line right here, right? So you see that there is a trend line connecting all of these dots right there, and this one seems to be very, very strong also. At this point, it could go, the next bar could go into that support there, and from there bounce to the upside. We'll see what is happening. So, but that is the weekly on the SPY. Okay, so let's see the daily on SPY. SPY has, and I do, let me see, I also have this move, and I'm gonna delete it as well there, because I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Remove this one. So if we put the fib retracement from this point here to that point there, we'll see that we are below the 50, right at the 50 now, but it went below the 50. So, and also this trend line here was violated on Friday. So there is a possibility that it's going to come down at least to that 61.8 level and have some potential bounce in this area right here. Okay, so we'll see what it's going to do. There is a gap, so you see the market on Thursday. Let me expand this one a little bit so you can see it better. Let me move this draws out of the way. So you see that the market here on Thursday closed at that level right there. And then it opened at that level right there on Friday. So that one is a gap. What happened in here was that the market started to go down, and you see that wick off of that candle right here. So this is the wick, so that one came back down and then bounced off of this area here and closed a little bit above this area. So we'll see if this bullish candle is going to continue moving to the upside, or it's going to move down. So this one was a tricky day for trading, just because the way that this candle behave. Now, if you see, and what I'm saying there is that most of the movement in between that point up here and this point down here was overnight. So when you have a market that moves that much, it's kind of tough to trade, because you don't know if it's going to bounce or it is going to continue moving down. If we look at the support areas on dailies, you see that there is. I'm gonna do it with a with this. So I'm gonna see. So you have a support area right there on that daily, which is on 125, and then the next support area would be this area right here, 387.26. Okay, and this one was given by this 119 low price there. And then the next one, obviously, after all of this congestion here, you see that there's a congestion area right here that broke to the upside. Then you have a magnet there that the market could visit again on in the near future, I would say. Okay, so I'm gonna delete all of this. And delete this one. Coming back to the default there, where I have all the drawings. Okay, so yeah, so market has been moving down down here on SPY. Now, on the indicators I was showing at the beginning, you see that the market is still not giving signs of buying or bottoming here. You do have momentum still going to the downside after breaking down here. You do have a lower low right here on the stochastics compared to that one, right? So this one here is lower than that one, and then you have that recently the market forecast broke the 80 line, and now it's even below the 50%, the 50 area right there. So it's moving. It's 47.04 now, which is not good actually. It's moving towards bearish direction. And then if you see other indicators like the breadth was very negative. Let me show you here. I do have some lists here. So this one are the Nasdaq above the 30 days moving average, and then you see that there's a sea of red right there. Also, if we move to Nasdaq, that crosses above the crossed above on Friday, that crossed above 30 days moving average. None of them did, but there were plenty of them that moved below the moving average, right? Below the 30 days moving average. Okay, so let's go back to the charts. I don't want to spend that much time on those things. I want to spend time on the chart. So let's go to dollar. Just very quickly, you see that dollar is moving to the upside right here, which is not good for equities. So 105.26 is where it closed on Friday, crossed a couple of, a week ago, crossed this moving average, crossed the 10 crossed above the 30, which is a bullish sign. So it's moving to the upside now. There is some resistance here. There is some resistance here, and we'll see how this one is treated at 105.63. So, but all the indicators, same thing. On the, you have a green arrows here, a new green arrow there. So momentum is bullish, and then you have market forecast in the intermediate line moving up and racing, and all the indicators on the market forecast are rising too. So you have that the momentum, the near term, and the intermediate, which is this one here, and then you have the market sentiment is also rising. So dollar going stronger. Okay, let's go then to ES. Oh, I'm gonna check before I move there. I'm gonna check the monthly in I mean the weekly in dollar. So you see that it's recovering from here. So there, that I would say that if it goes above this peak right there, 1056, it could go a lot higher, or it could go higher. There is some resistance here, of course, but we'll see. But it seems that momentum is moving to the upside there in the week. Okay, so let's go to ES then and visit the futures. So in the futures, I'm gonna go to the probably repeat myself because ES is like SPY. But you see that there are some interesting analysis here. So I'm gonna go there. I was painting a couple of days. So these levels that I have painted here are an indicator to me, at least, that you have the first day opening range, which is the first day of the month. I go there and then paint what is the I plot what it's in the bottom and the top, and so if the market moves forward, I mean moves above this one, for me it's a bullish sign. So market normally stays up there for a while, at least for the first 3 weeks, and then if it moves down below that first day, then it most likely it's going to it's going to keep moving down. So in this case, it tried to go up, and then if you see there, it was actually within this first day range, which is actually not for day trading is not really good. Lot of choppiness in this inside candles during this month, and then finally it dropped down to the downside, and then there's a couple of dojis here that was so this formation right here, that one there and this one here, are called dojis, and then you have two in a row. Try to break down and then moved up, and then on Friday it tried to go down again, broke to the downside of those two dojis, and then bounced off of this longer term trend line down here. I'm checking. I'm gonna put this one a little bit more. So this is 1 year. I'm gonna put 2 years here. 1 year, 2 years, okay. And then you see that I started following that trend from this point to that point right there, and then moving down. You see that it touched that one there. It touched that one there. Try to go above and then move below, and then now it's kind of like trying to visit again this one, this trend line right there. So I'm monitoring this one very closely to see where ES is it wants to go. Now the indicators, the lower indicators are coming back down, right? So you have a red arrow, price or not price, but histograms are down the zero line, and this one is coming down, and it's still in the middle zone right here. So in the middle zone right here. So this one, it's still bearish to me. There's no indicators that I can go long and try to catch, or if you want to go long and then you try to catch a bounce, this is probably it's not my trading style, but I know a lot of people that see a low and at a certain level, put the order and then bounce back up, and then they get those are counter trend trades. It's not my style, at least. Okay, so yeah, so I do have this high level here. I did have this one also painted out on this candle right here as a support, but it was broken, so I deleted it. And now I would say that if I want to paint something similar to this, it's going to be all the way down to this level down below here. Okay. Now, the other interesting thing that some people do, I don't that much, is to look at the, let's go back to the SPY to show you something there. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to the 15-minute chart, which is this one here. When you expand this one here in the dailies, in the intraday, and I'm gonna change this. So you would see that there are some areas of support right here. So I'm gonna paint some. So like this one here, that one there, right? So this one are areas of support. This one is a new support right here, and now in this day here, it became a resistance. So it was violated right here, went through, and then moved up here, and it bounced back down there. And now it's moving along the low area right here. So I'm gonna change this one to and I'm gonna go from 4 hours down below. So you see in the 4 hours, if we look at the history of SPY, there are areas here that are interesting. And that's why I think that it's going to come a little bit lower here. So it's coming back down. Moving averages are stacking to the downside. It went up a little bit here on the 4 hours, but it's this one is for me it's a bear flag. It's not and it needs to prove that it can go over 4,000 to really convince me that it can go higher. But there are some areas of interest here. So this one here is a support area. This one here is the next one, I would say, right there. And then obviously you have another one right here, and then another one right there. So all of these areas can be need to be tested and considered as support areas for this downtrend. Now, if another thing that I do is to paint this I would say probably from here to there, and then connected with that eye right there. And then you see that it is going down. Now, what it could happen here is that in the 4 hour chart, that this could go right down below. Now it's very close to this low area here, right there. They're very close to this area. So what it could do is to go here and then fail again, and then now the target would be something down below this new area here. So we need to look at for intersections in between this trend line or this channel down and the support area that you see there. So that is one thing that I monitored also during my trading session. Okay. Oh, okay. I was accessing the sale again. So this one was 4 hours. We can go to 1 hour here. See the same behavior right there, right? So this one is a support area. that it's already broken, and then there's another support area here. And then if we go to the 30 minutes, same thing. So you see that there's a touch down there, and then the trend is going. It's more you have more probabilities if you get this touch out of this around this area here, and then look for moves to the downside, because this one works as a resistance very well. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my 15 minutes right there, and I'm going to leave those painted right there in SPY. Okay, so I was doing this one in ES. So let's go back to so in the weekly, you see on the weekly on ES, you see that there's a bounce off of this channel right here, and I connect and to draw that channel on the weeklies, I do have those two connected, and then I painted the channel in the upper side right there. So yeah, sure enough, it went there once. This one was a nice bounce to the downside right there, and now it's failing again. So it could go down below here if it breaks these areas here. The other thing that I did was to paint my Fibonacci retracement there, and you have the same behavior as before. So my target could go down here below that one, or even that 61.8, considering that there is a, this is the same as ES, consider that there is a considering that there is a resistance level right there. So for now, I'm bearish on this one, especially for on the dailies, where you do have those indicators I already mentioned. Okay, so okay, let's go to NQ. NQ is about the same picture here. Let's go to the weekly. So weekly right here. So you do have, from here to here, you have the Fibonacci. It already visited the 61.8. So this one is you had a nice little bounce right there all the way to the moving averages, and then you have a higher low right here, and then move to a higher high in there, but it's failing back down. So and it broke above the this trend line here. Now it could go a lot lower down here to visit this this other side of the trend line, and then come and break this one here. It's I would say, sometimes when I see stuff like that, in this triangle here is a break. It broke too close to this angle, or this intersection here. So for me, this one, it's more of a continuation of a sideways trend, instead of being too bullish. In this case, it would have been bullish move, and then moving or bearish move if it goes below. But in this case, was bullish, but it since it was very close to this intersection here, I would say that there's a good possibility that this one would move to the sideways for a while. Let's go to the daily chart, and you see that same situation as ES. You have MACD and stochastics moving down below the zero line, and then also you have market forecast intermediate line failing, and everything is failing. Momentum, failing, near term and intermediate, and also market sentiment. Everything is failing on this indicator right here. Okay. So we'll see how much more it can go. I think that there's plenty of room to go there. It could likely visit 11,500. It's breaking below the 30 days moving average right here after this doji, and then move down. There is not that much resistance. This one is a decent pivot here. You have 1, 2 candles before and 1, 2 candles after. So this one is considered a pivot, but then you do have lot of room to go to this area here, to that to this trend line right there. Okay, so 11,500 could be a good target to the downside. If you, I'm not recommending, I'm just looking what I see, or telling you what I see, right? It's not a recommendation. I'm not saying go short or anything like that. I'm just saying, that there's a potential to go down a little bit more than where it is now, right? And so let's go to gold, and let's look for the weekly also. Today is the 25th, so we have 2 more days of trading, and then we close the month, and then we're going to review the monthly charts. But you see that gold move on the weekly. Same thing I do all the time. So you have the weekly moving from bottom to top here. Then look for the retracement. There's a triple bottom here, and then the market moved very nicely to the upside off of this 50 area. It failed to go to the 61.8 and move down, and now it's kind of in this range here. In this range here, it's in the middle zone. In the middle zone right here. In the middle zone right here, and moving down below. So this line here is not longer valid. I'm gonna delete it. Remove that one, and this one here, remove that one as well. I think that gold has some nice move to the downside still. I don't see any pivot all the way to down to the 50, but it is in a range. So we'll see what it gives us. I'm not. I have. Yeah, I did have a trade in this day here on gold, small one, moving down when it broke the previous day and then moved down there. So I think that I did a trade on Thursday on that move there. I didn't do anything on Friday. I didn't see any trades on Friday either. So I did. It's not that I didn't want to trade, but I didn't see that it was moving in one direction with conviction. So it moved. It moved down, but most of the move was overnight, and then in the rest of the day, just stayed in the lower part of this candle right there, and we can see that one in the 15-minute. Let me go to. Oh, that one was the weekly. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was saying that I was a little bit confused. I apologize about that. I'm not going to delete that part, but I made a trade, and that day I was looking at the weekly, and I thought that it was kind of the same thing. I saw a break out of that level down there, and then we were below the moving averages, moving down. My expectation is that this one is going to go to this area right here. Now there is some consolidation right there that could work as a magnet, and so we do have this level right here, right in the middle of this. where the price can go. So it has been moving down. Let's go to the 15 minutes to tell you what I saw in here on Friday. Why I didn't take any trades. So market move on the overnight right here, and then there were news at 11 at 8:30. But from here, you see that the amount of candles you see, I mean the wicks on the upside and the downside here didn't make it very easy. And price was kind of in this area, the low area, most of the day. So no, I didn't do any trades on gold. Now, let's see. Let's see crude. So crude is it's gonna start with a weekly again. Very choppy in this area on the weekly, right? So up, down is still in this area of consolidation, right in the middle of it, right there. So, but it is moving up, but above the this trend line here on the weeklies. Went up, then visit this area, and then try to move that up, but it failed after this week. So really not doing that much. And but what we do have here, what I can see is that there is some divergence. So if you look at this lower low right here, you see that in this area there's a higher low, which is a bullish divergence here. I would say that it needs to probably visit 68.5 and then bounce back up on the weekly. We're not out of the woods yet. We need to be above the the 30 days moving average with momentum going down, going up. If we want to be bullish, but still we are kind of in the middle of this consolidation or compression area. Let's look at the dailies. So there is a higher. I apologize for my cough. So there's a higher low right here with respect to that one, but there's also a lower high on the histogram on the dailies. So we are in a triangle here formed by this trend line that I have here. And if you imagine, I'm gonna paint it like that. No. So you see that there is a upper side on this triangle. I'm gonna put it from here down here. You see that there's a one there and there's one here. So it's going to resolve at some point. It's going to resolve at some point, but it has not resolved yet. We are in this channel, very choppy, but there are some good opportunities here to both ways. On the 15 minutes, you see what I'm saying, right? It moved, and I do have an analysis on a different video I made earlier today. You see that there's a move to the downside right here, and then it immediately recovered and moved to the upside right there, and then stayed in consolidation in a kind of like a bull flag in this area right here, right? So it moved down, then up, and then tried to break to the upside. Now we'll see what is going to happen on Monday. I didn't do any trades on gold in crude here, but you see that there is a nice trade right here on the reversal. You get that explosive move to the downside, and then you do have that one there, and move to the upside, which is a trend reversal breakout right there at that point, which is about 11:30, right? Now the problem with this trade would have been that you do have momentum, or the moving averages is stuck to the downside, but you do have here kind of like a nice continuation candle right here. Okay, so if you want to see that trade, go to a video I published earlier today. There is a good area here where you could have made a good about $1,000 trade, $800 trade in there. Okay, so let's 45 minutes into the video. So apologize if we are going too long. Now what I'm gonna do is to review very quickly. I'm gonna review ZN. So ZN here, it's moving down. I'm gonna just review the dailies on this one, and again, my Fibonacci retracement are here. On this one here, what I'm gonna do, since already uh, uh, broke to the downside, I'm going to remove this, and then I'm gonna paint an extension here and see it went all the way to 127.2, kind of a little bit of a little bit above it, and then moved to the upside, and then it's breaking that that it was breaking this support right here, but then it came back. So it could very well have a still a new move a new move to the downside right here if this bear flag um, if this bear flag still continues. Okay, so and then the next one is UB, kind of like in this situation here we are visiting the 50% retracement here. It should have been the other way, but let's remove the fib, and I'm going to paint I'm gonna paint this one from here to the upside here, and you see that we are at the 50% there. Now, if you took this trade and you think that this one is going to move up, then what you have to do is to change this fib retracement here and put it from this point here all the way down, and now you have the extensions, right? So from this point here, 50%, now your next target would be that line right there, if you're bullish, right? So that line right there, which was I think that I deleted it, so I want to paint it again. Where's my level? That 88.9, right? So that level there is 143.2. That would be a if you think that this one is going to move up, which I'm not saying that it's going to do, but because we still are down. Well, the indicators are recovering to the upside right here. Price is not helping though, so we'll see what it's going to do. Okay, so now let's go to the equities. Meta is going down. What I would say in Meta on the dailies is that it needs to fill this gap right here. So you do have a gap from this point to that point right there. So it's still, I think that it has some work to do to go to that line 157.4. And now here, let's go to NVIDIA. Nvidia is moving up. Little bit of correction on uh, on Friday, but overall very nice upward reaction here on the um, on the earnings date right there. So moving to the upside, I think that it saw up 25 points or $25 moving up on this one on Nvidia. So that one is still bullish. You see that, and let me expand this one a little bit there. So so you see that the stochastics is up. MACD is trying to move up, and then market forecast is at 83.23. So this one is positive for this for Nvidia. Apple going down. If it breaks this one is really bad news for the market, and you see some indication that it could do it. So you have red arrows, and then you have market forecast moving below the 80 at 72.38, and then this one found some support at 30 days moving average, but it could likely go down, and this is not good for the market. Google also moving down in this channel. All indicators, all of the indicators, the lower indicators are coming down as well. On there's a little bit of divergence here, not that much, but Google is not doing well in the short term. So moving down, as you see, so it started up here, moving down there. It's still in a downtrend on for this year. Netflix tried to recover here, and it found some support, some resistance here in this congestion area, and then it started to fail. So it's moving down very clearly. Nothing that much to say about that. Microsoft is in this range here, moving down as well. Broke the 30 days moving average on Friday, and it's all the indicators are to the downside. Amazon had a very nice reaction here in this area, 82.808. I would say that there's a good possibility that that area is visited again, and we'll see from there. But I see that there is a bear flag that was triggered on Thursday, right there on that candle, and then moved below, and now we do have a doji. So we'll see what it's going to do here. There is a doji at support right here. We'll see. Most likely it's going to break to the downside, I would say. And then Tesla, I said in Tesla, when I painted this fib retracement from here to there, that I didn't think that it was going to go above this 200 level right here. This one is what, 206, right? It tried to go and then came back down, and now it's moving down to the downside. And if you see here on Tesla, red 84.51 is still up. So this one in this case is still bullish. But I see a lot of resistance in this area right here. I do have an alert here just in case, but I don't think that it's going to move that way. I think that it is going to come below this 127 level, or at least touch the 127 level, and from there, break and move to the downside. That is what I think that is going to happen with Tesla, and even with, because I think that it's going to respect this channel that I see right there. So you have a channel hopefully you can see it clearly. So this one here and that one there, it could go to this area here and then move below again. All right. So that would be it for today. An hour, almost an hour of of discussion. Hope you like the video. Remember to subscribe and like this video. And thank you so much for watching, and see you next week.